Hey, what's happening, you yapping Yanma? Today we're taking a look at Jesse Parker's Miraidon deck that he took to the Toronto Regional Championships and lost his win into Top Cut. He was so close to making Top Cut with Miraidon. Honestly, after playing with the deck, I kind of see why. The deck feels really good right now overall. And when I think about the matchup spread, I think it probably can compete with most of the top decks. I think the one you might struggle against the most, obviously, is Charizard, but Gardevoir, Dragapult, and even Golden Go, I think you have a fine time against, to be honest. So maybe we'll see Miraidon back on the map for the rest of this format. Who knows? I don't think Ascended Heroes changes too much in terms of what's good and what's bad. So if what now is good, what then will also be good, which means Miraidon could still be a good deck until rotation, possibly. So if y'all have been looking to shake it up and break out of the Dragapults, Charizards, Guardies, and Golden Goes, then look no further than the Miraidon deck here. Now, with this build, you do want to go first, I think, in every single matchup. After playing with the deck, I didn't ask Jesse specifically, but after playing with the deck, it just feels like, yeah, every single matchup you want to go first, because turn one, you want to start to set up your Iron Hands in pretty much every single matchup. It's called Miraidon, but really, it's an Iron Hands deck, I'm not going to lie. This is by far your main attacker that you're going to use more than anything else. That is the biggest threat in your deck and will definitely lead to you winning the most games with the deck. It's all about Iron Hands, really. There's two of them in here, and we want to go first because going second and getting a turn one attack with Miraidon isn't what it used to be without like 4 Sealstone, and then that making the best way to play the deck being an Arven build. We just can't really reliably find our electric generators on that first turn going second. Sometimes we can, and we could take advantage of that, of course. We still have aggressive options by attacking with the Iron Hands or a Miraidon or something like that. So if we are forced to go second, that's fine. We can look for a turn one aggressive attack. If we can't get there, we can always rely on the magnetic charge from a Magnemite to get a couple extra energy in play, or I should say an extra energy, because we're attaching for turn to the Magnemite. That is then accelerating 2 energy into play, but we're losing our attachment for turn to the Magnemite. So it's really just generating 1 energy into play, but it does let us leave a 1 prize Pokemon in our active, which can be a huge deal at continuing to allow us to win the prize trade through Iron Hands and then eventually our Zekrom, Ursaluna, or the Miraidon. So make sure you choose first with the deck, and you want to try and get down a Magnemite, start to build up your Iron Hands, maybe your Miraidon, and set up for a turn 2 Magneton. Or if you do just naturally draw into enough electric generators, you could also attack with the Amp very much. That way you don't have to pop Magneton on turn 2. It's just a really powerful option. So yeah, choose first with the deck, set up for the turn 2 Magneton, and we do have a lot of aggressive draw for the first turn of the game or second turn of the game if we do go second. 2 Squawkabillies, 4 Carmines. So we shouldn't be dead drawn very often with the deck. We should be able to find a Carmine or a Squawkabilly. We do have 4 Nest Balls and 4 Ultra Balls to help us get there, to get to the Squawkabilly to be playing the game. I definitely found with this deck, I was not dead drawing very often and pretty easily able to threaten a turn 2 Ampy very much on basically whatever I wanted. There's 4 Boss's Orders in here. There's a Prime Catcher. There's an Iron Bundle. We were not hurting at all for getting a Ampy very much for 2 prize cards on our second turn. The follow-up turns is where things get a little bit more tricky. If our opponent doesn't put something like Fezandipiti in play or like a Mew EX, then we can struggle to find our follow-up 2 prize cards after our Iron Hands goes down, if our Iron Hands goes down aggressively. But in quite a few matchups, like the Guardian matchup and Dragapult, the Iron Hands will sometimes stick around for the whole game and just literally draw all 6 of our prize cards. Up against other matchups like Golden Go, though, that is not usually the case. And then that's where something like a Miraidon attack on a Fez or a Genesect, or a Zekrom attack after we've used our Magneton, our opponent's KO'd our Iron Hands to then go KO the first Golden Go, and then from there we can try and set up another Zekrom or utilize the Ursaluna plus the Defiance Band. And there's actually a lot of cool plays you can make with Defiance Band, and I missed a lot of them in the games that I played with this deck, so make sure you look out for those. Early game, popping your Magneton to set up your Iron Hands to give your opponent a prize card, and then if your opponent has something like a I don't know, I ran into a situation where my opponent had like a Screamtail in the active with a Bravery Charm, which normally Amp you very much wouldn't KO, but with the Defiance Band, that gets you to the 150 damage to actually KO a Screamtail with a Bravery Charm. So keep those things in mind as you're playing games with this deck. Usual draw power Pokemon package here, the Fez and the Mew. Latias for the mobility. I did find when I was playing this deck that Latias got put into play like every single game, so if I could try and find room for like another card in this deck, it would probably be second Latias. I also did find, because we have Carmines in here, you don't Squawkabilly turn 1 like every single game. You do it a decent amount, but sometimes you just like Carmine and that's like good enough. Kind of depends on how your opening hand goes. So maybe cutting a Squawkabilly for a second Latias could be a thing. I just found myself using Latias a lot, and it is a pretty impactful card or important card in like the Guardian Pulp matchup, so they can't like take a turn away from you by like bringing up your Miraidon that has no energy, or maybe you opened Zekrom and you're able to get it to the bench with a Switch or a Prime Catcher early on, but then after that your opponent counter catches it back to the active and traps in the active. Ursaluna, the same problem exists as well, so Latias is pretty important for that, although I don't think I'd cut a Switch for a second Latias, because the Switch is also a pretty big deal to beat retreat lock stuff, like the clutches and corners, the Yveltals and Maractuses and things like that. You kind of need 2 mobility cards to consistently beat those decks, so you need the Switch and the Prime Catcher for that. 4 boss, like I mentioned, but the rest of the supporters is pretty straightforward. 4 Carmine and 4 Professor's Research, 4 Generator, of course. For the recovery, 1 Night Stretcher and 1 Super Rod. This feels pretty sufficient as far as the recovery goes. And then 15 basic Lightning Energy, so you can accelerate your energy off your generators pretty consistently, and not just get that first attack with the MP very much, but you also need some follow-up attacks from Miraidons and the Zekrom sometimes as well. Also, sometimes you actually just go back-to-back Iron Hands, like Iron Hands, Ursaluna, stuff like that can happen as well. But yeah, the deck feels pretty sick. I think when you think about the matchups, it actually kind of makes sense that the deck seems pretty good right now overall. I'm going to be doing something a little bit different on the channel moving forward with my gameplay for my videos. The gameplay on the main channel here, you can expect to be edited a little bit, and there's going to be a little bit less of it, but don't worry, there'll be more gameplay back on my secondary YouTube channel. I haven't uploaded there in quite a while, but it is just AzulGG 2. So if there's ever a deck that I play with here on the main channel and you want to see more gameplay of it, there will always be more games of the decks that I'm playing with here on the main channel on the secondary channel. So if you don't get your fill of me amping my opponents very much with Iron Hands, you can check out more of it on the secondary YouTube channel, AzulGG2, a link down in the description. And with that said, let's jump into some action and I'll show y'all how the deck runs. Zork? Do I beat Zork? I don't know if I beat Zork. Do I beat Zork? I probably beat Zork. I kind of want to bench the Zekrom. I think I could definitely Zekrom twice, right? Yeah, that seems fine. Honestly, that's like a really good draw to like just be like this hand can easily be sent to the discard pile. But for the amp still. Could play Yveltal. I guess retreating to Magnemite plays around Yveltal. The meta surely gets shaken up with rotation, but what are your thoughts on no Devo Evos if they don't get a reprint? I mean, we already know they don't get a reprint. I mean, well, I don't think about those things. I literally, yeah, this, I don't, I don't care. And we're playing in a card pool that doesn't involve those cards. Yeah, these are things that I don't think about. We have a card pool. We make decks out of card pool. Repeat. Please don't reprint TM Evo. Terrible card. Pretty good card. I don't know. I kind of like TM Evo as like a. I think TM Evo is like a pretty healthy card in the game. What if they did get a reprint? Then I'd play with them in some of my decks. If they don't, I don't play with them. If they do, I do play with them. I feel sorry about. Sorry for asking the question. No, probably not. We kind of like have to find Magneton here. Top deck Magneton? Nope. I think it could be worth it to have Ursaluna. I could recover 1 energy here. If we don't draw Magneton here, we're kind of in trouble. Oh, well, no, I could also just hit Generator, right? Forgot about Generator. Oh, wait, I have to get around. Oh no, I need to because I need Iron Bundle. Wait, what was I trying to do here? It's fine. We drew well enough. Do I need this? What does this thing? Oops. What does this thing do? I don't think I need this, right? Oh, I could have KO'd their active with the Defiance Band. True. But then what would I have Ultra Balled away? Oh, I guess I give up the Iron Bundle then? But I want it. Okay, that's fair. That is fair. Defiance knockout active is probably better. True. Like discard the Iron Bundle because I gotta keep Mew and Fez for sure for draw power. It's like the same thing, but I KO the Rushy instead, and that leaves the Toad School in play. Unless they're gonna actually like set up as a rule over a Toad School here, which makes no sense. Okay, I probably should just play this to be honest. Right, it's got to make the most sense there for sure. Because if they take a 2-prize knockout on Latias or Mew, Zekrom KOs back, right? Yeah, I should have definitely amped this with a Defiance, so that way the Toad School's in play for me to chase later, for sure. Yeah. So then discard the Iron Bundle. I gotta remember the Defiance Band actually does things. Like, outside of just, like, late game. I keep forgetting it. So would you recommend playing Terrazard next rotation? I don't know. I play and think about the current standard format. I don't play or think about the future formats in those ways. A hypothetical situation where you would think about future formats, what would be your thoughts? There wouldn't be any. Any reason why you played Slowzard and not Terrazard at Toronto? It's better against Watchtower. Now they got Fez in play. Bro, what? Why get rid of Band? That's a great question. I'm glad you were here listening to the discussion we just had on why it happened. I get a boss here. I can KO 0 for 2. I didn't get triple Zork. That's what I was scared of. But also, arm pressing the active is also fine, right? Like that. Then I just like look for bosses on the next turns. I didn't get a Lopunny down. Losing my Fez kind of sucks. But what is going to be their play on the next turn? Losing my Fez and my only recovery card kind of sucks. But not having boss next turn also sucks. It all just kind of sucks. Do I ever just attach to Miraidon and arm press? Can I do this? Can I get away with this? I feel like I can get away with this. I gotta check my prize cards. Let's see what happens. See what happens. I assume they Gus a squishy guy on your bench. That's what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping they just go KO my Mew here. Like, I want them to just kill my Mew. That seems really bad for them, though. Like, that doesn't seem very good for my opponent. So, I don't know. Might go for Latias. I mean, that's terrible, though, right? KOing Latias doesn't do anything for them. Like, retreat locking doesn't give them a win condition, I don't think. If they just punchy active as well, then I just get to go arm press. Oh, then they could well, they have so few energy. Like, if they're playing, I'm assuming they're playing the Liam Halburn list. They have such low amount of energy recovery. Oh, let's see what they do. Let's see what they do. I'm very curious to see what they actually do here. They found the NSPP up. They have the counter catcher. Wait, why are we actually going after Latias? Why are they chasing Latias? Like, what does that actually do? I actually just don't know what this does for them. How is that better than KOing Mew ever? Now I get Mew and Fez in play. They get 2 prizes. This thing draws me cards and is draw power under Iono and is also worth 2 prize cards. Like, why are we not? I would have preferred Smack the Zekrom. Even that seems better. Giving me bench space for Mew and Fez seems terrible. Yeah, now I have bench space for Mew and Fez. And they also turned my Zekrom on. Now my Zekrom one-shots them. Yeah, boss punch for Zekrom is way better. Now that's what this play is just never it. Oh, they didn't even get the energy. Make me give up my prime, huh? So a lot of this matchup is just Iron Hands. Okay, so I prized Latias and Mew. That's unfortunate. Latias is pretty good in this matchup. A Lightning, Defiance Band, 3 Ultra Ball, 4 Ultra Ball. Defiance Band you just find eventually. Like, you see a lot of cards, you just find it. The idea is you just find it eventually. Prize the Gen. Prize the Research. What did I prize? I don't know, it's something. Schmumpton. Alright. Iron Hands is the main guy. Miraidon is still pretty good in this matchup. I think I'm just gonna throw the Don down. Actually, opening Iron Hands was really bad because now I can't Generator to it. And I prize Latias, so I can't even retreat this turn. I should have just never opened the Iron Hands, to be honest. It's just always better to open the Miraidon. We're almost always gonna end up with the Miraidon in play anyways. It's like fine. Worst card here. Oop, second Squawk. Can't play it. Unlucky. I'll probably find a way to discard another energy at some point. It's fine. Ugh, maybe not. What is this hand? Is there anything worth grabbing? I don't even think there is. Just pass. I said I didn't find the generator anyway, so I'm always relying on the other guy. Pretty bad. How's the deck feeling so far? Any changes you make? I mean, I'm not really playing the deck with the idea of trying to make changes, to be honest. All right, I mean, if we top deck Magneton, we're chilling. I can arm press next turn. Got that going for us. Don't think it's in. Well, we'll see how good of a turn they have. It's almost out of reach, but we're not quite out of reach. And not quite out of reach. Not worth bundling. I guess I could have bundled, yeah. Oh my gosh. Do they just have Neo Upper? Then we can probably just concede. All right, no Neo Upper, but that's still pretty bad. I probably should have bundled, right, to just hope that they whiff or they get stuck or something. That's fair. Okay, well, I guess we bundle this turn. Now I bundle. Wait, let's see what the top deck is. We're still bundling. Are we, or am I just drawing the 2 on the, am I just drawing the 2 on the do? Or trying to get the 2 on the do? It's like still pretty unlikely. I'd have to draw into a Magneton specifically. Well, I shouldn't have benched the bundle if I wasn't going to use it. So I'm just going to go ahead and use it and see what just arm pressing now. I don't like the Zekrom on my bench then. Where does this matter most? Does it just not matter in this matchup at all? Put it there, I guess. Magneton doesn't excel on active? No, it does. Magneton accelerates to any lightning Pokemon in play. See what kind of turn they have here. It definitely is still winnable from here. Defiance will give you 2 next turn if you find a Magneton. No, I'd be 10 damage short. Come on now. I would need a, dude, just a Turo on that cringe. Well, it's only really cringe if they have Neo Upper to go with it. Let's see if they have Neo Upper. Oh, they didn't even evolve this? All right, there's no way they have another candy, right? But now they can counter catcher my Zekrom, which is scary. But Magneton or Latias off the prize cards gets me out of it. Yeah, now my Zekrom can get stuck. For the way the game was going, though, it felt like that wasn't like a... Like, it felt like I would need Zekrom sooner than later. So that's why I put the Zekrom in play aggressively. But now we could be in trouble. Now the Zekrom could come back to bite me, being on the bench. We'll see. There's 2 Magneton on the deck, though, and I do have a research now. So maybe just draw into a Magneton and be fine. Oh, boy. Dashkull. It does have to be a counter catcher now. Boss would have been pretty good there if they had it on the Zekrom. No counter catcher yet. Hold on. Uh-oh. Oh! Hold up, we chilling? Might be chilling, might be chilling. Oh, brother. Give me another one. There's no way they have the other candy combo. And Neo Upper Energy. I don't even know if that's like correct. Well, no, that probably is correct. I set them back like a whole turn, right? They could like Ursaluna me, but I got Mew in play now to like protect against Iona Ursaluna. I could have researched there, but like, yeah, I don't know. Why put Mew down? Because I'm probably getting Iona this turn, so I want the draw power. I mean, if I don't get Iona this turn, I win anyway, so Latias or not, or no Latias off the prize cards. If I get to hold his hand and play research, the game's over. Maybe got him here though. Has anyone mentioned Poltnor's performance in Toronto? Were you surprised at how well it did? Definitely a little bit, but once again, like thinking about it, it's like I still don't think it's a deck to win. It's still just not a deck to win the tournament though. Like Polt's just not a winner. It's just not a winner. I think its success makes some sense with how much Golden Go hate there was. That kind of took some of the heat off Dragapult. You know, people aren't going to be playing stuff like Psyduck and Moltres in their decks or stuff like that. So it took a little heat off the deck. And then also, oh shoot, but if they KO my Magnum, how would they have to KO it though? Oh no, wait, this is pretty bad, right? Because they could go, well no, they can't Dragapult me though. There's no way they have Candy Dragapult Neo Upper. Yeah, just a lot of, there was just a lot of, all right, nice. It's a lot of anti-Golden Go. And then I'm still trying to win the tournament personally. I don't think it can do, I don't think the deck can win the tournament, so I view it. Think about it, look at it. Don't think, yeah. That's it, I just don't think. 2-2-2. 1-1. All right, so I'm gonna go for the hands. I think if I hit 2, I would have attached, but now I think I don't attach because I'm more reliant on Magneton. It feels like going to the turn. It could play a retreat lock Pokemon. I should just retreat to the, oh, okay. If they whiff item lock, I can definitely find a Magneton. I'm going to retreat to the Iron Hands. Because the only reason to not retreat to the Iron Hands is because if they whiff Badoo, then I'd want to be able to play Generator Iron Hands. But I don't think that makes sense. In the big 4 decks, is Zard clearly the bottom one? Or does it compete on par with the other 3? I think it's on par with the other 3. Yeah, I think it's on par. Yo, chill out. Calm down. Not that serious. I don't think I bench Fez here. Oh. Another boss? Another one? Why are you doing this to me? 3 boss down. Have to find Magneton or Arm Press. All right, we're pressing. No candy, Dragon Ball. No, yeah, I wouldn't say Zard is like clearly the bottom of the floor. If you're favored against Golden Go, you're unfavored against Paul, but you can be able to have like a pretty close Paul matchup, but it's probably never favorable. It's probably always unfavorable. Yikes, the hand is still pretty mid. I mean, I get my 2 prize cards on the Badoo, I guess, but... So I get 2 more. I mean, top deck boss KO Dracula is kind of the best play. Wait, was my boss in my hand? No, so I could top deck boss here. 1 time? I'm gonna amp for 2. I mean, we're kind of just in like a fine spot. I kind of want to bench the Iron Bundle. That's probably a misplay. Down to 3. No, benching Bundle is probably bad. Pop Bundle would be bad. Wait, why is Zekrom on my bench? When did this thing get on my bench? Should I open this thing? I must have opened it, right? I don't think I would have put on in play if I didn't open it. They could pop Dragapult on my or Dusclops on my active. I have no draw power in play, so if they actually have like Hawlucha Magnemite Dusclops active, Iono knockout, I might just lose, to be honest. I have no Mew in play, no Fez. I could have benched a Fez though, right? I chose to discard it. Yeah, benching Fez is always super iffy though, because then they could just go like punch, spread to Fez, next turn KO Fez, KO Iron Hands. But then I could have, I could have get the. I don't know. We'll see. Gust, Hawlucha, Gust. Yeah, they could also have. Okay, well they didn't disrupt my hand. That's good. We might be fine here. We might be fine. Well, actually, my hand's not even that good to be honest. It's like fine. They're definitely KOing my Iron Hands here though, right? Ooh. They're not gonna KO my Iron Hands. Oh, do they actually have the play? No way! They actually have it! Wait, then why'd they pop Dusclops? Oh, they need the bench space. They need the bench space. I was so confused. Wait, could they have not benched Dreepy or something? I feel like they misplayed here. I feel like they definitely misplayed. I can't prove it, but... So they're gonna draw 3 prize cards. I have Generator Energy. How many generators do I have left? 2? They could have not benched this. No, they bench on the previous turn. Oh, I guess they were like always. Wait, no, did they bench a Duskull this turn or something? I feel like they had a bench space open going into the turn. Oh no, they did because I took a knockout. How much damage does this thing do? 50? What's on the bottom of the deck? I just got Iono'd, right? So they played Lily. And I've shuffled the deck since then, right? If I hit 2, I win. Oh! It's that simple. They were always cooked. I didn't think about it for a little bit, though. I was like, I'm not sure if this is the move.